Wow, 60,000 YouTube subscribers. Thank you so much for everybody subscribing and supporting your boy. This year has been kind of crazy for everybody, but I am definitely thankful and grateful for this year's growth from my channel and for my music in general. And thank you to everybody that's contributing to the channel as far as the hooks go. People like Space Kid, Cell Got It, Case, Yana, Jordan LaFavor, all these great artists that are becoming a part of this channel. Thank you guys for supporting these artists as well. Y'all are super dope. But I got one complaint though. Apparently like 70 something percent of y'all are not subscribed. I got the proof. Subscribe to your boy. What's the problem? What's the issue? But nah, thank y'all so much for 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. And thank everybody for checking out the album that I dropped last month, Saturation. And I've been getting a lot of questions on how to grow your Spotify. And that's what today's video is going to be about. We're going to talk about 3 things that you can do right now to start growing your Spotify. Okay, first of all, if you're not taking your Spotify seriously as an artist, then you're already falling behind. I talk a whole lot about Spotify and why we should be taking it seriously as artists, and we should be growing our profiles just like the biggest artists in the game are doing right now. Unfortunately though, there are still a lot of people out there that look at Spotify as this mysterious platform, and they're kind of just winging it and they're just dropping music without necessarily having a strategy. But the good thing is that for you, once you figure out how exactly to use Spotify to your advantage, then you'll be the one getting ahead and you'll stay ahead while everybody else falls behind. Alright, so let's get into it. 3 things that you can do right now to grow your Spotify. First things first, before we even get to the first step though, you need to make sure that you have music on Spotify. You can use websites like TuneCore or DistroKid. I personally like DistroKid. At the time when I signed up, it was the cheapest. It might be different now, but it was the cheapest at the time. It's super easy to use. I still think it's easier to use than TuneCore, and they've never given me problems. So I always use DistroKid to upload my music to all streaming platforms. So once you know that you have music on Spotify, the first thing that you're gonna do is sign up for an artist's account on Spotify. You can go to artists.spotify.com. A lot of you might have this already and a lot of you might not, but it's super easy to do. Once you go to the website, you're gonna click on Get Access, and then it's gonna ask you to provide a URL for the artist page that you wanna claim. That's why it's important for you to have music on Spotify, because if you don't have music on Spotify, then there's not gonna be an artist page for you to claim. Alright, so once you do that, then it's probably going to ask you to verify a few things, but then once you do have access, then you're going to be able to move on to step 2, which is customizing your profile. And I'm begging you, please do not leave your profile blank. I cannot tell you how many times I've come across an artist's page on Spotify and it was left blank and I completely lost interest. Not even thinking about it, but we all know that today, the last thing that you want to be in today's age is boring, okay? You need to be able to keep people's attention, and customizing your profile is going to help you do that. Alright, so make sure that you have your banner set up, make sure that you have your artist picture set up. Put some pictures in the image gallery on there. Just take some pictures that you posted on Instagram already or some shit from your camera roll and throw them on there so people have things to look at. You even have an artist pick. That's like a section where you suggest new listeners a song to listen to, or an album, or a playlist. I think you could even put a playlist on there. But make sure that you're using all these things that Spotify is giving you. When people come to your profile, they should be able to really quickly catch a vibe and get a quick glimpse of who you are and what type of vibes that you're kind of setting off. It's not just important for the people visiting your profile, but it's important for Spotify to see that you are using everything that they're giving you and that you're taking them seriously. And the reason why we need to be showing Spotify that we take them seriously is so that they take us seriously. All right, Spotify is very much like every other social media platform out there. If you want to get really real, The big people on Spotify right now, you might as well call them Spotifyers. Just like we call big users on YouTube, we call them YouTubers. All right, it's the same thing. It works almost exactly the same. People who spend a lot of time on YouTube and utilize all the tools on YouTube, YouTube looks at those people and really consider pushing their content, putting them in the suggested areas and making sure that they show up in the related section. It's the same on Spotify. Spotify picks and chooses which artists to put in related sections, or like the sounds like section, or similar artist section, shit like that. All right, it's very much the same. So once you claim your profile and once you actually customize your profile, the third thing that you can do to start growing your profile right now is to submit to playlists. You need to be submitting to playlists as much as possible, and not just the big ones. Do not sleep on the smaller playlists or the mid-level playlists, because those numbers do add up. I cannot stress that enough. I personally have not been submitting to big playlists. I've only been submitting to smaller and mid-level playlists, and I was able to get 15,000 monthly listeners in 1 month. All right, that just goes to show how quickly these numbers add up and how effective those smaller playlists can be. Again, this is one of those tools that Spotify wants you to use. They want you to be on the playlist. They want you to be out there pushing your own content. Because look, Spotify is not going to waste their time on somebody whose profile's not set up, they're not using the playlist, somebody who looks like they don't even take their own music career seriously. All right, Spotify wants to make money, and the best way that they can do that is to promote and push people who are taking themselves seriously and who will bring in numbers. I hope that makes sense, because that's something that a lot of people don't understand, even about just social media in general. And like I said, Spotify is very much like a social media. If you start getting on those playlists and your numbers start going up, you get more listeners and more engagement, Spotify cannot ignore that. They're gonna look at your numbers and be like, yo, this person seems like they're doing something, they're onto something. Let's see what we can do to help push that content and see where it goes. You feel me? So again, you have to be submitting to these playlists as much as possible. All right. So the 3 things that we talked about: claim that artist profile, customize that profile as much as you can, and start submitting to those playlists. All right. This is going to be very crucial to your success on Spotify. We have to take after the example of the big artists out there. They're doing all of these things, making sure that their Spotify is up to date, putting in the bio, doing the artist picks, even adding different pictures over time. Like, they are active on Spotify, and we need to be doing the same thing. Now look, I know you're probably thinking that the hardest part about all this is going to be getting on those playlists. And I will not disagree with you, because it is hard. I know it takes time to be searching through playlists to see if, you know, they are even taking submissions. And if they are taking submissions, is this the right vibe for me? Does this playlist have any followers? Is this playlist active? Are they adding new music to it? You know, and it can be very discouraging at times. I know it can, because I went through it myself. So what I did was I put together a kit that we can all use. It has over 300 Spotify playlist contacts and 12 beats. Alright, I'm giving you 12 beats because once you start submitting to these playlists and getting on these playlists, you have to stay consistent and you have to keep making new music. Again, it's just like social media. Consistency is gonna be key. Also, these 300, almost 400 playlist contacts, these are for rap and trap and hip hop music. I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to tell you they'll give you 3,000 playlist contacts, 5,000, whatever the case may be. But I had to learn the hard way that what they don't tell you is that these playlists are going to be for genres that I had no business trying to submit to. These over 300 playlist contacts that I'm going to give you is for rap, trap, and hip hop. This is for us, all right? Because it's our turn and it's time that we take over Spotify. All right, the kit that I got, I put a link in the description. It's called the Hot Box Takeover Kit. All right, hey, don't make fun of my name. All right, don't make fun of my name because it's gonna be hot. It's 12 beats. I made the beats. They gonna be hot. It's the Hot Box, and we gonna take over Spotify. That's the goal. because it's our turn, like I said. So again, over 300 Spotify playlist contacts for rap, trap, and hip hop, and giving you 12 beats to go along with that, so you can keep that momentum and stay consistent. All right. So recap: claim that artist profile, then you got to customize that profile, and then you got to start submitting to playlists, and that's how we gonna take over Spotify. Thank you again for 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you again for checking out the Saturation album, and be on the lookout for more streams. I was doing them once a week for a little while, but I fell off. But now I definitely got to do a stream to celebrate 60,000 subs on YouTube. Thank you again for all the support. Let's go take over Spotify. All right, stay encouraged. Let's keep moving. I've been Kevin Hughes, and thank you for watching. Peace.
Get above me, above me, above me. Yeah, I cannot be playing these games with. Fuck up the vibe, yeah, that's what you ain't fin through. What a time to be alive, I'm up in the sky, in the sky. Yeah, I cannot be playing these games with. Fuck up the vibe, yeah, that's what you ain't fin through. Get above me, above me, above me. Yeah, I cannot be playing these games with. Fuck up the vibe, yeah, that's what you ain't fin through. What a time to be alive, I'm up in the sky, in the sky. Yeah, I cannot be playing these games with. Fuck up the vibe, yeah, that's what you ain't fin through. Please don't interrupt me when I'm rolling. Winter time in my city, but I'm coldest. Did I just